What is up, you guys? I am back with another video.
Down like an ember. Can I really just blow you out like a candle? Can I really just blow you out like a candle? You a man, you say you was a man.
As y'all can see in the title, this is going to be a financial tip video before moving out. If some of y'all did not know, yes, I moved out of my parents' house. I was able to move out of my parents' house at 19. God bless. Okay, not saying that I had it bad or nothing in my parents' house, but you know, sometimes you just want to be independent. You just want your own. And that's what my situation was, because I didn't have it bad in my parents' house. But many of y'all asked for some financial tips, so I'm guessing y'all are y'all want to be set before y'all move out. Y'all want to be, you know, you want to live comfortably when moving out, which I totally feel. So I want to give y'all this video. Before we jump into this video, I want y'all to go follow me on all of my social medias. Go check out some of my previous videos after you finish this one. And let's get into it. I actually want to say that disclaimer, before I moved out, I didn't watch no moving out tips videos. I just listened to like my parents' advice, and they were telling me you're gonna be all right, you know. So I'm like, they've been here before, I'm good. But I'm glad that y'all are trying to get more tips and more opinions on things that you should do before you move out, because some things I still did not know. So this is some things that I've learned along the way in my process, and here I am. So I am currently, also want to say that I am now 20 years old, and I moved out at 19. So the first tip that I want to give y'all is to plan ahead. Well, me personally, I could not just be like, oh my God, I want to move next month and this is just what I'm going to do. No, this was a process. It was really a process. And I really, you know how you have your thoughts and you're like, I want to do this, I want to do that. But then you have your moments where you actually take action. I started taking action in January of 2020. I moved in June of 2020. The first steps that I took was just seeing where I wanted to stay, checking out prices, seeing what I needed to have before I actually moved. So that's what I did in January. I saw that, baby, apartments aren't cheap. Of course, living is not cheap. But when you actually go and do your research, you actually go and view apartments, you go and compare prices, you see how real it is. So plan ahead so that you're able to start a budget, okay? That leads up to having a stable job. You don't just want to live paycheck to paycheck, okay? Nobody wants to just live paycheck to paycheck. You want to live comfortably. So if you need to get you a second job, if you need to, you know, work more hours at the job you're at now, that's okay, you know, because you want to have stable income, steady income coming in, so you don't have to stress like, oh my God, how am I going to pay my next month's rent, or how am I going to pay the light bill, or how am I going to pay the cable bill, you know? So you definitely want to live comfortably. Yes, have a stable job. And if many of y'all don't know, I actually, in January, I was working and I was doing hair on top of working. But in March, I actually stopped working. And it fell perfectly, actually, because COVID started to come along. Y'all, I'm really not the work for somebody else type. Like, I'm really not. I hate it. I was miserable at my job. Like, getting up and having to deal with the public. I'm like, no, I just can't do this any longer. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop working. I have a steady income. I can just do hair, get these heads out. And I actually have a great support system when it comes to my hair business. I'm thankful for that. I'm blessed for that. So, because God knows that I just can't work for other people. Like, I will work if I have to work, but I'm thankful that I don't have to work right now. Like, I'm very thankful. So I want to put out there that no, I do not live alone. I do have a roommate. I may be living by myself soon. So this is for if you're moving out and you're having a roommate, if you're moving out and you're living alone, this covers the board for everybody, okay? The next thing I'm going to say is to build your credit. Y'all don't know how, if you don't know how important building your credit is, I need you to learn now, okay? Building your credit basically makes up your entire life for real. If you need to buy a car, if you need to buy a house, I mean, it goes on and on and on. You can build up your credit many different ways. The way that I built up my credit was through health. Okay, so if some of y'all do not know, but I did get my teeth whitening. I got my teeth whitening, and I did it. I paid for it through credit, so that helped build up my credit as well. So basically, just to sum it up, if you don't know, credit is when you basically use somebody else's money to pay for things, but then you go and return what you use from them. You go return it. So basically, if you get a card, basically if you get a credit card, all right, you can literally go buy something as simple as this is not really simple, but you can go buy some furniture, okay? And then you pay on that every single month, and you make sure that you are on time. You'll have a minimum payment that you will have to make, and you make sure you pay that minimum payment on time. Yes, you can pay more than just that minimum payment, but you need to make sure that you are paying that minimum payment every month. By the way, the faster you pay off that credit card debt, the less interest you'll have. So you build interest the longer you take to pay it off. So with my teeth whitening, I was able to pay it off. I got my teeth whitening done in I think I got it done in March, and I finished paying off my teeth whitening by like August. I think no, not August. What? By like May or April or May. I think it was April. No, I think it was May. I think I finished paying off that by May. So I had no interest. That helped my credit, and that's one way you can build your credit as well. But your credit is going to be needed when you're looking at an apartment. They're going to need to view your credit. They're going to need to view your monthly income. They're going to need to do several things. Okay. So you need to make sure that you have credit, and also when you have good credit, it helps on the deposit of your apartment. So if you have good credit, sometimes you don't even have to have a deposit. Like I didn't even have to have a deposit when I applied for this apartment because my credit was, in good standing. So credit is definitely important, and it goes beyond getting an apartment or a home. It goes beyond that. The next thing I'm going to say is to save and budget your money. This is the key quote. Remember this in the back of your head whenever you're buying something. If you can't buy it 2 or 3 times, you don't need it. You don't need it. Sometimes we have things that we want. Sometimes we have things that we need. Don't just buy you have to have self-control. Like, you have to have self-control. Don't just buy things because you want it. You have to think, do I need this? Will this benefit me or will this hurt me? Okay, so you have to learn how to save and budget. When it comes to saving, before I moved into my apartment, I believe I had 4 to 6 months worth of rent saved up, I believe. Mind you, I'm in a roommate setting, so all of the bills are split between my roommate. But at the end of the day, I still had like 6 months of rent, 4 to 6 months of rent saved. I can't remember the exact month, but I was okay. Like, so, and that goes along with planning ahead. Don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna move next month. No, you need to make sure you're living comfortably and you have breathing room. Okay. Also, what I want to get, I seen this on Facebook, it's called a budget binder. You have your, and I think it's real creative. You have like your rent, you have your Wi-Fi bill, you have your grocery, blah blah blah, and it's like a binder. So every little section is like a different section for different things. So I definitely want to get that. Another tip is writing down every bill that you owe for each month, and once you have that money, you check it off and you don't touch it. Like, you do not touch it. It's another thing, like, that adds on to having self-control. You have to have self-control when you are living in an apartment or living on your own, period. You have to have self-control, because at the end of the day, the bills are going to need to be paid. Like, they're going to need to be paid. And if they're not being paid, there goes your credit, there goes late fees, there goes stress, like, so you have to have self-control. Another thing is this app, and the app is called Digit. This is not sponsored. I'm just 100% trying to help y'all. It's called Digit. I have had Digit for over a year now, and Digit is legit, okay? And I wish I would have had Digit a long time ago, like in high school, like at the beginning of high school. When I first got my job, I wish I would have had Digit. Digit is basically a saving app, and you connect your bank account to it, and it takes I don't know if it's every day or every other day or every few days, it takes out money. And it takes out money, like it doesn't take out like $20 and $40. Like sometimes the money that it takes out, you don't even notice it's gone, like literally, because it'll take out something small like $1.10 or 50 cents, but then after you look back, it adds onto it, it adds onto it, it adds onto it. And that's actually how I paid for my teeth whitening. It's by Digit. I saved up, my goal on Digit was like $700, and I think I saved like $500 before I got my teeth whitening. And yeah, like it literally just, and you can withdraw the money whenever you want to. I don't touch the money in Digit that I save in Digit at all. I think I have like $400 saved in there currently. I don't touch it at all. I just let it do its thing. That's like emergency money. Like I literally don't touch it. Like I've touched it once, and that was for my teeth whitening months and months and months ago. So that's a very great app. I just told my boyfriend about it because, baby, we're trying to save. We're trying to be millionaires. We're trying to make it out the churches. But no, for real. I knew it was legit when my mom was telling me about it. So I gave it a try, and I loved it. Like I said, you don't even notice the money is gone. Like, and if you need it, you can withdraw it. So definitely get that app, invest in that app. It's free. Like I said, not sponsored, just trying to help y'all. Another tip that I want to add is to write things down. I already said this. This goes along with like getting a binder or getting a notebook and writing down your bills, checking off what you have, checking off what you have left. Write things down because, baby, there is only so many things that we can hold in our brain. You can't remember everything. Like, you cannot remember everything. We're not Superwoman, we're not Superman. So write things down so you can go back and look at it. I usually, instead of writing things down, honestly, I usually just keep things in the notes on my phone. So that's fine too. I keep things in the reminder section of my phone because it's easier to look at your phone than look at a notebook. But you know, older people, y'all know they. I heard something. Y'all know older people are the queens and kings of writing things down. Because I know my grandma, honey, she got every little bill. She still writes out her bills, y'all. So writing down things definitely work if you're a visual person like me. And this is the last thing I want to leave y'all with is listen to others' opinions. I know y'all trying to be grown and y'all trying to move out and y'all think y'all this and y'all think y'all that. Been there, done that before. But what I gotta say is listen to the opinions of others, okay? It will take you a long way. They have been here before, okay? You ain't never lived on your own. Because you're getting advice from me now. You're getting opinions from other people now, which is good. I mean, I wish I would have done a little more research, about before I moved out, although I am fine. I'm fine. But, just hearing the opinions of others, that gives you the motivation, that gives you more ways to be like, okay, I should do it this way, I should do it that way, or I shouldn't do it this way, I shouldn't do it that way, or I'm going to need this amount of money, I'm going to need this amount of money, and blah, blah, blah. Listen to the opinions of others. I know you want to be independent, you want to do things on your own, but I'm telling you, when you listen to what other people have to say, that'll help you out in the long run, like seriously. So those are the few tips that I want to give y'all. If y'all have any more questions, I feel free to comment below and ask them. I'm down to help y'all out because I know, it can be stressful. Like, I was very stressed before moving into this apartment because I'm just like, oh my God, do I need to be doing this? Is this okay? Like, am I going to be okay? So I know how it can be. But if y'all have any other questions, feel free to comment below. And I got y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and got some good tips. Follow me on all of my social media, which will be in the description box below. And I will catch y'all in the next video.